I've always been interested in gesture and color and composition. So I suppose it's just building on what the work I was doing before was looking at and just trying to investigate further how colors react with each other, how composition can develop over time from different subjects to make an abstract painting. They're different in the sense that compositionally, I suppose they're a bit more complex because they're informed by different things in that I've been painting outside, whereas the works that I did for variants, I was painting inside. So all these different things that are happening around me in the space where I'm working are informing the painting process. Because it was a more complex environment outside, I suppose the painting sort of emulated the environment around me. And so they look slightly different, but again, they're like, the concept is the same of like layering color and creating a surface that has depth and it's also sort of flat at the same time. I've become very interested in glass because it's transparent, it's reflective, and it also separates spaces. You know, you can be inside or you can be outside, but the two spaces are linked, but only because you can see both. But environmentally, they're very different depending on what time of the day. You know, for instance, if it's sunset, there can be this really rich orange color being reflected in the glass. Then it began to inform the color decisions that I was making, the compositional decisions I was making, because it can reflect anything. It can reflect different trees in my backyard, different shapes, structures. I found it so interesting because it mirrors a lot of the concepts that I was trying to explore in my work, in that my work has transparency, it has opacity, there's these sort of layered structures. So it's been very useful in informing the works I've been making for this show. I sort of have a general idea of where I want the work to end up. Sometimes it will be very close to how I planned it. Most of the time, it does not end up like I planned it to. Sometimes I have to paint the work completely out, lose all process, but those marks that I've left on the canvas, they're always part of the painting. So whether you see them on the surface or not, they're always there, and it actually adds to the complexity of the work or the story of the work as it develops over time. I suppose I'd want the audience to question how I've come to that conclusion with the work. I want them to look at the work and think about how the paint has been layered or how the structure has been come to make it look like a complete work. Because it's hard to know when the work is finished or not. It's sort of like a feeling, or it looks compositionally interesting, or there's a certain color or depth that has developed through the course of making the work that makes it look finished. But also I have no problem with people making their own mind up about what they see in the work. I just want them to be interested by it.